What's up, everybody? This is Paulie, and I wanted to share with you guys some tips, some advice on how to keep a high rating, a good rating, and the main goal would be to have a 5-star rating. Now, it says here I've done over 1,400 rides, so I consider myself an experienced Lyft driver, and it's not like I'm just a beginner. It's not like it's my first week. I work part-time and full-time. And if I want to work full-time, I can. If I want to work part-time, I can. If I don't want to work at all, I can. And that's the great thing about Lyft. It's basically an extra job. Or if you want it to be, it can be a primary job. But one of the things that really worries me about Lyft as a driver is the rating system. Now, I heard from multiple sources over the years that, and I think this is even with Uber, if you get underneath a 4.6, they'll deactivate you. Now, that seems pretty harsh to me, considering, like, if I'm gonna go buy an item on eBay or Amazon or something and it has a 4.6, I'll probably buy it. That will look great to me. So, I mean, it's really tough. The level that you need to be on is pretty high. They expect good drivers. The passengers expect good rides, and you expect good riders. So overall, you know, it's pretty intense. You need to be a liked driver, and I'm gonna share with you guys today how to do that. I'm sure most of you guys who drive for Lyft have a good rating. You probably have a 4.8, a 4.9. If it goes down to a 4.7, you're probably starting to worry. How do I get a 5-star rating? What do? I just try to be myself. Now, I think that I genuinely like talking to people. I'm genuinely interested in what's going on that day, and I really care about whatever they have to say. So I'm a conversationalist. I like to talk. Sometimes I run into people that don't like to talk, and I can sense that, and I decide to just say hi and leave with a very nice bye. So one thing I keep in mind as a driver is that the passenger doesn't really care about me. I'm just there to do my job and to do it well. Now, one thing that I always do when I have the app on, and I'm not really that great at remembering names, so sometimes I look back from Google Maps to the person's name when I'm driving, and sometimes I even do it twice to make sure I remember the name, so that if it's a really quiet ride and nothing's being said, at least I know their name in case they say something. So, you know, I might have kind of like, I don't know, a snotty passenger who's really quiet and only makes demands. So they'll say, "Can you put the radio on?" Well, absolutely, Mary. So when you say their name like that, they kind of know that you know what's going on. Even if they were thinking, "Hey, who is this driver next to me?" When he says Mary, she knows that I'm alert, that I'm remembering her name, and that I care. Another thing that I do is, on a really quiet, awkward ride, half a block before I'm gonna drop them off, or right before the corner, maybe right after the corner, right on that block where I'm gonna drop them off, I say, "Hey Mary, where would you like me to drop you off? Is right here okay?" And then I leave with a really nice goodbye. "Thank you so much, Mary. Have a wonderful day." So I think really first impression matters, saying a really nice hello and a really nice goodbye. I mean, I could be wrong, but those are some of the things that I've done. Another thing is genuinely being interested in what the people are saying, or if they want to talk, genuinely being interested in it. Try to find some kind of commonality, some kind of interest that they have that you appreciate. So you could find out what they like or what's interesting them, and you don't want to get too much into it, but maybe just say one cool thing about it. You know, "Oh, you were at the concert? That's awesome." That's enough. So, you know, I try to find something relative if I can. If I can't, I just wait for the end of the trip and say their name really nicely and ask them where to drop them off. You don't just want to have a silent goodbye, like, you know, a really silent trip and then nothing's really said at the end. I think that's a good indicator that you're going to get a low rating. because the communication was poor. I mean, I think a main thing is to know that nobody's perfect. Okay, I did achieve the 5-star rating now, which means the last 100 people gave me 5 stars. But I'm not always gonna get 5 stars, and when I don't get 5 stars, you can't be upset about it. The way I look at it is like this: if someone gave me a bad rating and they didn't tell me why, and I wasn't able to tell, and there was no real learning experience there, then it's possible, I'm not saying this is true, it's possible that they're having a bad day and they're in a bad mood and I just seem annoying to them. So I don't really let it affect me. I keep on going. And the good thing is, after you pass 100 rides, so like this 5 stars is out of the last 100. After you pass that 100, all these ratings go away and you only get to keep the new rating. So if you're improving and you're getting better and better, the rating's only gonna go up. It's not gonna go down. And you know, it's really tough. 4.6 is really tough. Could my rating go down and slip? Yes, it can, and it can slip dramatically. With Lyft, since they only do it out of 100, it goes up faster and it goes down faster than Uber. And sometimes it's pretty scary. I mean, you could be driving and you think you're a 4.9 and you're already a 4.8 in a matter of 2 rides. You got 1 star twice. So, you know, be careful. You know, be careful. Check your rating. Check your rating once in a while. It's not something you just want to leave and forget about. It is really important, and it's one of the most important factors for keeping you up as a driver. Let me see what other advice. Be yourself. Be happy. Another thing is, I know something about myself. I'm not always cool. You know what I mean? I'm not the coolest guy there is. Sometimes I have a bad attitude, right? So there's certain times where I shouldn't be on the road, right? Maybe early in the morning if I'm super tired, or if I haven't eaten, or something. You know, my personality can slip. It can drop. I can't stay perky for 75 hours in a row. It's just not possible. So I don't drive all the time. You know what I mean? Like if I'm not feeling up to it, I don't go force myself to go in a car to make, you know, it's not something I want to do. I also think it's dangerous to go force yourself to drive when you're not feeling well. So I try to only do it when I'm really feeling up to it. And I think that should be reflective upon my rating, which right now it is. Anything else that really comes to mind, we can all talk about in the comments below. Any really cool tricks on how to get good rating. Another thing is, I never call them. Like, you could get to the house and you could start calling them right away, and you could sound really nice on the phone, but I'm past that point. You know, I know I'm in the right spot. I know I'm coming out. In California, don't go driving in the alleyways when it says they're in an alleyway. They're not. I don't know how it is in your state. And when you make mistakes and you get a low rating because you made a mistake, accept that. You know, accept that. Be like, okay, I see what happened here. I pulled up, the door was locked. She tried to get in the car, and instead of unlocking the door, I scooted up 3 or 4 inches, and it just made for a bad first impression. That's why she 3-starred me. You know, so try to look back on your experiences that were subpar, like if you got 3-starred or 1-starred or whatever. Try to look back on it and figure out why. You know, and once you figure out why, say, you know what, cool. I mean, I could see why she did that or he did that to me. Makes sense. Now, I'm gonna learn from it. Because as a new driver, there are certain mistakes that you're gonna make. So if you're a new driver and your rating is a 4.75 or something, don't freak out. You're a new driver. You know, you've only done 100 rides. It's gonna get better. I really think that Lyft, the people they want to deactivate are the people who come into the system and they do a poor job from the beginning. You know, everything is just a mess. Somebody who's done a lot of rides, if they get 1-starred one day, I think Lyft would understand that they're mostly a good driver. They mostly do a good job. You know, this does happen. And mostly just try to stay safe. You know what I mean? That's the main thing about this whole experience. You can get all into the little things and worry about your stars and all this stuff, but the main thing is to stay safe. These stars don't really get you anything in life. Like, I have a 5-star right now. I don't get a pretzel. I don't get anything for that. The only thing I get is little bit more leeway, a little bit more security in knowing that my rating is high. But if I went out and acted like a jerk, my rating would fall apart in a second. So really, it's not much. It's just an aspiration. It's just a goal that we're trying to achieve. But it's kind of like getting an A on a fourth grade, homework. It doesn't really matter, but it matters. You know what I mean? So it's for yourself. It's to know that you're doing a good job and that you're constantly improving. And yeah, it's gonna get hit up once in a while. Like I could go out right now and go for a ride, and somebody just 1-star me, boom, back to 4.96. And got to go through another 100 rides, all 5 stars to even get it back up to 5. So, should I care about that? No, I got to pay bills. There's a lot more important things in life than wearing if you're a 4.92 or a 4.96. You know what I mean? But peace out, guys. Love you all. And yeah, hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. I will talk back to you. I'm not I'm not too busy for you. You know what I mean? So if you could find my Twitter or Facebook or whatever, my name's Paulie G. Hit me up and yeah, we can hang out. Peace out, guys.